Okay, we're going to tie my new steelhead fly, summer steelhead pattern that is called the Cuprum Culprit. Cuprum being Latin or Greek for copper, so kind of the copper culprit. We're tying today on the aqua talon. This is a size 6 aqua talon 35.99. I'm using Vivus 10-aught in black thread. And this is going to be like your late summer into fall summer steelhead pattern. More of a low water kind of deal, but definitely copper for those cloudy fall days. And then it's a small, sparsely tied, buggy looking thing. We're tying today in purple. This fly is going to come out in 4 different color combos or color options. It's going to be red and copper, purple and copper, orange and copper, and olive and copper. So here I've got some copper tinsel. I'm going to tie this in all the way well into the bend of the hook to give a little bit of that dip in the back. And then I'm going to bring my thread all the way up to kind of halfway point of the hook. We're going to go ahead and just make a tinsel body, a long tinsel body. You could go ahead here and throw down some super glue or something like that if you felt that was necessary to help hold down your tinsel. It's not really something I do here, but that's pretty good. We're going to get it to nice long prominent butt of copper. These are meant to be super easy to tie, super quick. I'm a guide, so this is kind of guide style, right? Got to tie a bunch of flies real quick for tomorrow's trip. Got to be able to tie them quickly without much hassle. So here we go with some purple crystal flash dubbing, or purple ice dub dubbing. May as well be shredded up purple crystal flash. And we're going to start dubbing on a body and kind of get a little taper to it, with the bulky portion being up front. It's going to act as a little bit of a prop for the hackles and the wing we're going to put in here. But also we want it's meant to be a buggy looking fly, so we want that kind of buggy taper to it a little bit. A little chunky up front. And you can choose to take and brush that all out, make it even buggier, but I just let it kind of happen over time with use. Okay, so we're going to add in some more copper. This is actually a medium brown crystal flash that I'm using. You can use root beer, would be excellent. Straight up copper is pretty good, but it's the Hairline brand copper crystal flash is pretty bright copper. I want this to be a little more dulled down. So I've got, 10 strands there. Whatever it is, I'm not counting them. And I fold that over, and bunch that all together, and that's going to give it this really nice wild wing. Well, it's going to be an underwing, so sort of, but the cut here I like. It's not all even tips. It's nice and wild. It's almost like unstacked deer hair or calf's tail wing would be if you were doing that. Tie this guy in. My low water bugs, low clear water bugs for the summer and fall. I like to have no white wing, no prominent wing, just a little flash wing. Especially after sun is up, hitting the water, midday, that sort of thing. These will work equally well in morning and evening low light hours. All right, so moving on to our next is going to be this purple mallard flank. These can be kind of tough to deal with at times. We're going to hackle this on. In a pack of mallard flank, you're only going to get so many of the correct type of feather out of them. I'm looking for the thinnest stem I can get and in the kind of right appropriate length of fiber, because you'll find really thin stems but really long fibers, or really fat stem with the perfect length of fibers. So you're only going to find so many in a pack here, but we do what we can with that. You could sub out some other feathers, I'm sure some hen saddles or something like that might work well. I like the webbiness of these mallard flanks. So we're just going to hackle this on. I'm sure I'm going to pop that out. There we go. I think we're getting away with it. And do my hackle over the crystal flash to help kind of have that flash come from within the fly. And these, you're only going to really try and get maybe 2 good turns out of this feather. Maybe 2 or 3, depending on the stem. That looks like we'll be all right there. Capture that down. Really make sure that's secured in. There you go, kind of finish that off. Nice purple presence with all that copper showing right through it. And we're going to do one more material here and one more feather. We're going to use a purple teal flank feather, and that's just to add a little bit of mass in there so that it doesn't just completely collapse to nothing. But also I want the barring on the outside there, so we're not going to go too heavy with this. We're just going to kind of get a turn or so on there to give it the barring effect, which I just think gives it a more natural buggy kind of look, that variegation in the colors. You could call it good right there, finish it off and call it good right there. This is just my little preference. Secure that guy in. Trim her out. And again, just kind of carefully hackle that on. You could even strip one side of the feather here if you thought 2 feathers was too much. You know, make that judgment call for your fishery and your fish. Oh yeah, this is happening. That's good. This is the first take for this video, by the way. I'm gonna jinx it. There we go, I think. Calling it good there. It's kind of like a 1.5. Pull all that back, just get a wrap or so in front to really make sure. And now you can start building a little bit of a head. There you go. You can get that kind of bugged out. Yeah, I don't know what it looks like on this side, but I'll show you my side here when I'm done. Cool. Now we can whip finish. You can do a couple there if you want. I'm gonna finish things off with a little UV stuff. So it should be fairly durable after that. A little Loon UV Curie goo. Drop that on there, let that soak in. That was quite a bit. Let's see, I've got the eyes clogged up with that, so I'm going to stick that in there, hit it with my light. Pull that guy out, and there you have the purple Cuprum Culprit. My summer steelhead pattern coming out with aquaflies to a fly shop near you soon. Thanks for watching.